When you have a governor that is focused, determined, there's no for you to say that that governor is going to fail. The current governor we have is so determined, is focused, and he has the capacity to deliver, and we are witnessing it. Just forget about the fact that maybe you now say that maybe he refused, or he decided not to even seriously lubricate the politics with the economy and maybe displaying ways to his supporters. I get what I'm saying? That's what we are not looking for. We want even this to come to a stop. My name is Tasu Muhammad Dangovi. I work with Federal Polytechnic Aronamura as a lecturer in the Department of Liberal Studies. We can say that democracy as the government for the people by the people, or if you like, you can say it is just a type of government where the sovereign power lies in the hands of the majority of the people. So from the word majority, you can now say that democracy is a good concept, it's a good idea, it's a good system of government. It is even the best, because it is only system of government that allows people to exercise their level of what? Human right, fundamental human right. It is the only government that emerges with the what? With the consent of the majority of the people. So based on this, you now say that if there's any system of government that guarantee the life of the majority of the people, you now say that is democracy. Now, going back to your question, where you say that with the return of democracy since 1999 today, what are the level of progress so far recorded by the president? We can see that we have a lot of successes in terms of what successes being recorded since the return of democracy in 1999. Some of these successes, you can see that I'm standing here by the roadside being constructed currently under this administration. We can quote that one because it's an infrastructure. So it's only democratic system that now allows you to seriously embark into what? Into capital project. So capital project is one of the achievements recorded in the president. You can see that since the start of democracy, maybe the shape of the president, the outlook of the president entirely, particularly the state capital, is now changing as a result of what? As a result of the democracy. If not because of democracy, we wouldn't have even witnessed this thing. Okay? Then apart from this issue of welfare, we have seen that maybe after the return of democracy, maybe during Yarima's tenure, you can see that we have recorded an unprecedented level of what? Human development. And even maybe mixes with even capital development. So you see, during a Dimal administration, you can say that we witnessed both human and capital development. During maybe Mahmoud Ali, you now say that we witnessed also human and capital development. During Shea, also we witnessed human and capital development. During even Matole, that's all to say that he too has not even seriously maybe embarked into human and even capital development, because even if it's just an ink of water, maybe just a drop of water he added. That's why you say that we have not even developed. Education sector, you could say that maybe as a result of democracy now, it is now this time around we are even witnessing this aspect of what? Human development, because this is what we call part of social amenities, where people will now have access to maybe pre-health care service system and education, pre-education. You can see all this just within this short period of time, maybe within these 2 years. You can see that you learn it. You are just a journalist. You have seen that maybe through Agile program, Dauda is now seriously embarking into renovation and even construction of new classroom. In order maybe to reciprocate this gesture of maybe renovating and even constructing classroom, Dauda currently maybe advertise, you can be living witness, he had advertised for recruitment of more staff, because you cannot just construct class and just leave it like that, empty like that, without even providing facilities. Maybe educational, maybe facilities like textbooks, chairs, and what have you. He has provided all this through this Agile program, and it's getting momentum in Zamfara State. And even because as a result of all these things that I'm telling you, this Agile program, we are now witnessing level of enrollment. The enrollment capacity of Zamfara State increased, unlike before. Prior to this, we have witnessed a decline, unprecedented level of decline in terms of enrollment of pupils, maybe at the primary school level, and even we have witnessed also drop out at the secondary school level, maybe those who stop their education from maybe JSS to SS. But now, as a result of this Agile program that now go along with toward maybe ingratiating some of these students now, they are now seriously feeling it better for them to go back to school, and they have gone back already. With the kind of level of government we have now currently in Zamfara State, I know he will also do that, because I know this is where we are lacking, where maybe engaging some of these teachers that we now have in the president, you need to be engaging them in capacity building conferences, symposium, for them to be abreast and be alive to their own responsibility. On health center, we are seeing improvement. You can see all the general hospitals are now under some Some of them are now being renovated completely, and they are now being provided with all necessary equipment. Okay, I get what I'm saying. Then the other one that are now currently under renovation, you can also agree with me that just recently he's even awarded General Hospital Maradun, and he's to his old. Anything he say he will do it. Manpower also, I say, also this one, the same thing applies to education sector, because we are experiencing brain drain in the health sector. Due to what? Due to the welfare you mentioned. So I think the government now, the only thing I would say is for me to advise the government, because I don't know what the government is doing currently in terms of welfare of the medical doctors. But I'll now advise the government that any minimum wage given to the health workers by the federal government, I urge the government also to give some Zamfara state indigent, even non-indigent, who wish to maybe go and take this health job or employment, he should also give them for them to stay. If there's any additional motivation that maybe he needs to do, he should do it. For example, if somebody is to be posted into rural areas where that is now being ravaged by insecurity, there's no way to say that somebody will now risk his life and go to rural areas without being motivated. So in addition to all this minimum wage that is just congruent with that of federal government, he should also give them an encouraging package that will now make them to stay at the village. I think there are challenges. It's just very enormous. It's famous challenge. The most glaring challenge faced by the Zamfara is insecurity. And when this challenge is surmounted, all the other aspects of maybe all the other sectors will be fixed. So the most serious challenge now faced by the Zamfara government is just the lingering, prevailing, yet to be curtailed insecurity. That is the only challenge the government faces, because it is the challenge that now incumbent farmers to go back to their farm. It is the challenge that now disallow people from furthering their studies. It is the challenge that even the businessmen, they cannot even travel to rural areas for them to transport their goods. Or even the doctors now they feel insecure for them to just risk their life. So when this challenge, this issue of insecurity is now being surmounted, all other sectors will be fixed. So now I urge the governor to now leave no any stone unturned, making sure that this security challenge come to a stop or come to a reduced. He should allay it. He should reduce it, because you cannot remove it permanent, maybe overnight. But at least he should leave no any stone unturned to make sure that maybe he solve this thing to a bare minimum. When you have a governor that is focused, determined, there's no for you to say that governor is going to fail. The current governor we have is so determined, is focused, and he has the capacity to deliver. And we are witnessing it. Just forget about the fact that maybe you now say that maybe he refused, or he decided not to even seriously lubricate the politics with the economy and maybe displaying ways to his supporters. I get what I'm saying? That's what we are not looking for. We want even this to come to a stop. The now achievement being recorded by Dauda, everybody is feeling the impact of the achievement he has recorded. The governor, I think, the area he should tell is this issue of insecurity. Currently in the rural areas, because there are so many unreported cases of insecurity that the government may not even hear. For example, if we go to my area, which is Tangulbi, you cannot call anybody there until when they call you, when they go to a particular place where they can access network and call you. If not because of that, you will never hear from them, they will never hear from you. The governor, in terms of security measure, he should ensure the proper network coverage throughout Zamfara state. So much so that if there's any issue of security threat, the governor will know where he needs to go and maybe swiftly intervene. As far as that development plan is concerned, if maybe the governor can adhere strictly to that development plan, I think Zamfara is going to be fixed to the test of even common man. Where governor maybe need to swiftly intervene is this issue of welfare of the common man at the rural areas, because a common man at the rural area, maybe the only thing he needs to be given is just issue of security. If a common man, you now provide him with maybe adequate security, just what he wants is just for him to be farming. Now, apart from that, anything that will now make that person social protection in terms of giving maybe token amount of money to maybe the rural dwellers for them also to be sense of belonging. The government also need to do that. And it's also that will now help them to now handle this small, medium enterprise also at the rural areas. Government need to also maybe reach rural areas also. All the grassroots areas, the government need to penetrate there. It doesn't mean that maybe when he provides security, that is the end of it, maybe at the rural areas. No, he should also, as now he help maybe the urban dwellers with empowerment, secure acquisition program. Also, there should be centers at the rural areas where the rural dweller will now converge in that centers and be acquiring skill that will now make them to be having maybe promising life.